Dr. Owusu Ocho is the Dr. O for the 804, bringing sports medicine, injury prevention, education, access closer to communities we serve. The goal is not to treat injuries after they happen, but the goal is to help people move better, ask better questions, prevent what we can, and get the right care at the right time.
Hello, Virginia High School sports fans. My name is Rick Stockel. I am co-owner and principal broker of Newman & Dunn Real Estate here in Central Virginia, and I am a very proud sponsor of Ballin VA.
Welcome to another episode of Ballin VA. We up here at the St. James, man, and we're gonna try to do this joint round three, man.
Round three.
To St. James this time. We go from Freedom, we go from Hayfield, now we at the St. James. My man, Dio, what's happening, baby?
What up, bro? All love, always good.
As always. Hey, man, hope the view is gonna be like this time, man.
You know, I'm gonna continue to have the highest running streak.
See?
And one thing I do know, I'm gonna be one or two.
Hey, that's a memo to all y'all. Step y'all game up out there, man, because he keep telling me that the only person to give me views is him. So we ain't trying to hear that shit, man. You know, come on, 804, we got a ride for boy, man. We up here. Yeah, man, so we got to recap, man, what year one was like at St. James, man. Holler at us. What's going on?
So, you know, obviously, huge blessing. Not only to myself, but, you know, coming from everything we all come from in the public school world where you gotta do more with less. Now, I don't gotta do that no more, right? I can do more with more, provide kids with more resources, more everything, from academically to sports. Like you said, year one was a blessing, man. But the experience over the football, like playing a game in Puerto Rico, right? Flying to Orlando, Florida, you know, going to Connecticut. This year, going to Utah, going to IMG. It's just, experience is different, man. Like I always joke with the kids, right? We could be getting on a bus going to play James River.
That's
you know?
true.
Like, what'd you rather do? We could be getting on a bus, driving to Matoka to play, right? Like, so it was amazing. You know, able to get my feet wet, able to keep my staff, which was important. But year one, like you said, I think the way that it came together and happened the way it was in that short amount of time, not really having an off season, having a roster of kids that changed every week, you know, all that stuff was different as a coach. You weren't preparing with the same guys every day. Somebody might have been here for 2 weeks, then they decided this wasn't the move for them. Then you get that. So year one was a blessing, like you said, but what we was able to do on the football field was great. But all the things we were able to do off the field too, like we started off on one academic platform. We changed it to a better one. Right, one that was a little bit more rigorous academically. Then we changed that platform to match what a lot of the athletes now in all sports do in college at the next level when they take online classes. So we used the platform that most of the universities use just to create some consistency. There was lessons that we had to learn as a school, right? Not even as a football team about, you know, kids, you know, being, you know, having free time and where to scale it back. So it's been a blessing to see all that kind of transform into what it is, you know, now coming up at the end of year one. Girls basketball, obviously, boys, wrestling, our track team, just watching it all. Baseball started playing now. So like I said, it was a blessing.
Man, it really is, because I'm looking at everything. I'm looking, I said, man, we was just at the football field at Freedom. And then we go over to, can you come down for Hayfield and everything you went through there. And now it seemed like that you at this place, man, and it's like, you walk in here, man, like it's immaculate. Like we in the office here, man, and it's just everything is just dope, dope, dope. You go out there, man, you got, it's just like everybody seem happy up here, bro. And it's just like you come in here, your parking lot, y'all got charging stations in the fucking parking lot. Where y'all do that at, man? It's just like, wow, you know, but the kids, I see the kids, all the kids, it just seem like they're just in a good place, man. How are the kids really adjusting?
Well, kids adjusting well.
Okay.
I think kind of, you know, one thing that I really got on them about today was, you know, sometimes being here, people are making sacrifices for you to be here. Family members, whether it's financially, time, driving. And you got to make sure that you're paying it forward to them, not to coach, oh, you don't owe me nothing, right? Like, you should never miss a workout if you're physically capable here, right? What people don't use enough, the kids, right, they're members here. So they can do anything a member can do, sign up for classes, workout classes, stretch and recover, yoga, anything. And there's no extra cost to them. So just keeping them grounded and making sure they're taking advantage of it, right? You got a place where high performance, weightlifting, all that stuff is a part of your school day, and you're not there every day, right? That's crazy.
That's real
right?
crazy.
With a strength staff. So, you know, you got to stay where you get all this, right? You got to keep the kids grounded and making sure they're taking advantage and paying it forward to the people that's making sacrifices.
Yeah.
And you kind of heard me on the phone with one parent,
Yep.
right? Just basically telling this young man, like, you got to take advantage of everything you're around you. Great thing I know all coaches can appreciate now. I'm here, right? We got a physical therapist here, a trainer here all day from 8 in the morning to 6 at night. Don't come to me at 2:30 and say you can't practice. Ain't no reason for it. We got cryo here.
Yeah.
Y'all don't want to hear nothing about you can't practice at 2:30. When from 8 a.m. to then, you could have done anything in your power to make sure you're on that field. So, you know, like you said, all that stuff, you know, kids, you get to give them more.
Yeah.
Right? And one thing we've learned with this academic structure, you know, now in the school system, you know, so many kids got IEPs, stuff like that here, right? You don't need that because our academic structure is set up. If you want to go get something to drink, go get something to drink.
Right.
If you want to go sit out there on the couch by yourself and do your work, go ahead. Right? You got that flexibility. You know, football is in academic block from 8 to 11, right? We do that to balance it. So there's never a time all the high school kids are in here. So when football is in here, you got 3 hours to grind on your schoolwork.
Yeah.
The other sports start off in high performance, weightlifting, practice. So they filter through. You know, football is out right now at 11. We go to lunch, and then we go to high performance. And then the rest of the day is your school day. So the kids should be happy.
Yeah.
They was only in class for 3
3
hours,
hours.
right? And then the rest of the day, you know, they were working on being the best student athlete that they can be. So you enjoy being in a position and being blessed. You know, my boss is my ownership to give this stuff to kids. Imagine, you know, we had that,
Oh my God.
you know, type of resources growing up.
Oh my God, man, I'm trying to tell you. And that's what I already say. Like, that's the difference when people don't understand. And I want you to kind of, you kind of did it just now. The difference between a private school and an academy. See, people don't understand that private school thing where you actually in school and you're in classes all day. With an academy, it's completely different. This is what you get. And I think people don't really understand that. They kind of put the two together, and it's not. You know, so, you know, with the whole thing with so that's what I was going to ask you. What do you like? What's the difference, what you think the difference between the public and being on this side of the game that's different for you?
Well, for me, like you said, preparing an athlete. I don't have to fight with the 3 and 7 field hockey team no more to get on the field and practice, right? Like, I don't have to fight with the 9 and 37 goddamn boys volleyball team to get in the weight room. You know what I mean? So, you know, every sport has their time because of the structure of the academy where you're going to get your workout, your lifting, and your practice time. So that part in itself, and then like you said, having the flexibility, you know, if I don't like something, we can have a meeting in the middle of the day, football film meeting, just to make sure we got things, you know, tied down. So I think, like you said, academy, and I said this, we have 218 current students.
Oh, okay.
Right? And everything here is for those 218 students. And me as a coach, director, my allegiance is to the athletes. Our schools, everything here is for them. Where you get a private school, their allegiance is to the insignia or the statue outside. That statue outside holds more value than any person in there.
That's true.
And we academy is not that. It's like you said, the kid, the student athlete, everything we have to do is for them. Anything, adjustments, like you said, graduation. Come on, man, we had graduation in December. That's what we do.
Okay.
You know, for student athletes to be able to go on to the next level, right? So the flexibility and to be able to help kids, like you at a school now, like you said, where you can't graduate in December, like that's a whole new ball game. Right here, that's what you're gonna do. You're gonna graduate in December. So being able to provide that structure and, like you said, fix a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
That's the other thing, right? You don't got the red tape. Here, you can have facial hair.
Yeah.
We're not gonna write you up because your tie ain't tied.
The private
all the way
schools,
to
some
your
private
neck,
schools, you can't
right?
do that. Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? We're gonna allow you to be a young person. Now we require our guys to wear khakis, polo. You know, we went to UVA Monday. Everybody had to be dressed. Coaches loved it. But also, again, we're not putting the insignia in the front of the school over the kids. So I think, like you said, people's misconception with the academy is not that we're not doing academic schoolwork, right? We're doing very much schoolwork, right? You're just providing the flexibility and prioritizing the sport as much as the academics, right? And there's nothing wrong with that because as parents, you, everybody watching, like how much time have we spent money into our kids' sports? Now we get to high school, we're gonna act like you're not supposed to do that.
Yep.
So I think I don't think I know that's the biggest difference. When you're at an academy, everything is set up for the student athlete to be successful on both sides. Like we've had kids come from public schools and some private schools, and this transcript looked crazy. Like they missing a half credit, or they missing a requirement at the you know when they get to their 10-7 as far as the NCAA, they don't got enough courses. But here, right, you came here like we had one kid came here no foreign language, right?
God damn.
We can give you both of them, Spanish 1 and 2 right now.
Oh,
right?
wow.
Most public schools, private schools, they're not going to do that.
Right.
But we're doing what's best for him to be eligible.
Right.
So we're saying it's going to be tough, but this is what you got to do to get it done. You get what I mean? So it's like you said, the academy piece is huge because it's prioritizing the sport and the academic, right? And it's not making it like you shouldn't be proud of what you're trying to accomplish as an athlete. So, you know what I mean? Like you said, I appreciate it. And, you know, everything here is that, not just with football. Look at girls basketball. Look at everybody's good, right? Everybody. Track, they breaking records every weekend. You know what I mean? They got kids going to Power Fours, all that stuff. So it's not just football. It's everybody. You see the difference. And if you think about this as a parent, if your kid could be somewhere every day for 4 hours and work on something, whatever that is,
right?
Even if it's being a chef, they gonna get good at it.
Yeah, that would be the thing. But a lot of parents, I think a lot of people still don't understand. Like, you know, you know, I gotta do it. I can't ever do a show without talking about the 757, especially them. And I try to tell them they don't really understand what it is. Like they're telling people not to leave. Some people, you got people in the group telling people not to come up here. If you this, they'll find you there. And I tell them, I said, well, let's look at what this man has done. Look at what this man done from Freedom, and look at the resources you had at Freedom. Look at the resources you had at Hayfield, and now you're here. And you're telling me, and then one person said that, I guess, let me make sure that I say it right, that they don't know if you would take care of them when you get up here. And like I said, your role as a coach, and talk about your other role as a director. What would you say to that?
I'm gonna just say this, like, again, I'm not a person beating on the door saying you can't do it anywhere else, right? That's unrealistic, right?
Yeah.
The best of the best, you absolutely right. They're gonna find them no matter where they are.
Right.
But if you're somebody that need a little bit more development, or you need to be swimming in a big pond, going against big fish to turn you into a big fish, big difference. And the part I would say about me taking care of them is, you know, my big thing is being transformational, right? That's who I am as a person. That's why everywhere I've been, it's happened the way it's happened because that's all I know how to do. Is, you know, be a blessing and impactful with young people. Let me say this to you, right? Like, why wouldn't I take care of kids here when, again, my background is this, is youth. You know what I mean? Like, I'm doing it for the youth all the time. Like, no matter all the success we had last year here, I was coaching 8U football, trying to keep 3 people from crying so we could run a play, right? And then my team got better, my 8U, and we made it to Florida, right? And we lost, right? But I'm doing it for the right reason. I'm not doing it for this, right? This, God just blessed me to bless others with this. So my heart has always been in it for the right reasons. And I think if you talk to anybody that's here, right, they'll tell you the same thing. Like, of course I'm gonna take care of you, right? Where you at right now, they ain't feeding you Thursday night team dinner. Friday morning we're gonna practice at 6 a.m. They gonna eat $1,000 worth of breakfast. When you show up on Saturdays for game, we give you a snack before, feeding you after, right? They ain't, where you at now not taking care of you.
No.
When you hurt and you traveling, they ain't taking 25 Normatec leg compressions on the road. What they doing to take care of you where you at now?
Right.
You
Yeah.
get what I mean? And so I think people, that's a person thing.
Right.
That's not attached to a public, private,
Right.
certain school. That's people, right? And that's what people got to realize. The people make the place, the people inside. So that's my gift. That's what I've been blessed to do. So me taking care of somebody, to me, is a bare minimum.
Right.
Because I'm going to do that whether we at Freedom, Hayfield, St. James or not. I'm going to do that. We had Playmakers Elite, and we all come from youth, and I got 6 kids, ain't got no money, but the parents that send them, what you mean? How you know you're going to take care of me? I've been taking care of an entire youth organization for 10 years, 10 plus years.
You have.
So that's who you are as a person. That don't got nothing to do with St. James. Now, St. James did a good thing by getting somebody that embodies that. And what they do is support Coach O and my word. So if I tell a family something, they back that up and say, Coach O, we might not agree, but since you did it and said it, we're going to make sure you, them, the team has that. So that's the part that I am, forever indebted to them about, is supporting and making my word true and my bond, what I'm saying to families when we are talking and taking care of them here, right? We just moved 2 kids from one situation to another as far as their living arrangements because we didn't feel the other one was good for them.
Right.
We tried it, kids uncomfortable. Man, me and my staff, we had 3 days to fix it. We found somewhere different. Again, my booster club here, they look out, make sure it happens. So
See what I'm saying? I gotta ask you this question. This is a personal question of mine, and you gonna probably laugh at me when I ask you this, and there's a reason why I'm asking you. Do you think, and understand what I'm going with this, because I'm directing it to the people that's up here that try to crucify you and take you out, and I'm talking directly to y'all because I'm looking at y'all in case y'all just might happen to come see it. Ball in the VA said it. Do you think you're more feared now at the St. James or more when you was feared at Hayfield? The reason why I'm saying that is because they accused of you recruiting and taking your players when you was at a public school. Now, since they pretty much threw you to the wolves and say, no, we don't want them here, we won't get rid of them, all of that other stuff, and now they said, you need to go private. Now you in private school, and now you can pretty much have to pick of the litter if you want to, and you can sit back in the thing sell itself. What do you think is more worse now? Like, do you think they fear you now or before they was dead?
Well, again, I think in the moment, they just recognized they couldn't beat our kids and our team at Hayfield in the moment. Think about it, right? You want to be being real. Like, it's different than happened with Manor.
That's the Darryl Overton rule. That's what we call it, that move. Right?
But the difference is Manor School District didn't go against them.
Right.
Our school district went against us and pulled us. The same thing Manor did. Can't play, VDSL, they go to court. Court says, once again, VDSL, what the hell are they talking about, right? But our school division didn't want to stand up to all the noise. And Manners did, and they went on and won. So I think now the fear is it ain't nothing you can do to stop me. Ain't nobody you can call, send an email. I can come get any kid that we want. and it doesn't matter, right? One of the coaches on Twitter, he's a pretty good receiver. I got put the welcome to your best, and then the coach was like, well, he had his best right here where he at. And I was like, not scoring 14 points versus West Springfield, right? Like, you can't email nobody. You know what I mean?
No.
So I think our area now sees like this was a little better when we kept him in our confines of our rules, because now he don't have none. Like
Right.
the organization,
Right.
not just me, but my coaches. Right, they can just go talk to whoever they want. And like you said, this thing, unfortunately, it's gotten so bad. And then it's a thing there because look what happened to BT at North Stafford.
Exactly.
Bruh, you taking a man, he can't come to a basketball game because your kids left your school and came to St. James, right? But you scrimmage St. Michael, who's a private school down the street from you. So clearly it's something different with my coaches and our staff and our school academy, right? Clearly, but again, the fear part, I just think, like you said, you see a lot of people up this way retiring, getting out of the driver's seat because, you know what I mean, it is what it is now. Like you said, I could talk to whoever, and all my coaches are like, so again, I don't know if it's a fear is the word now. It's just happening. It's nothing.
They can do about it now.
There's not even nobody you can cry to.
Right. So, like, what are you saying now? All y'all was complaining, and I told you y'all was stupid for even pushing the man out the goddamn door. You would rather keep him at Hayfield where you can try to control whatever you think you is. Now he can pretty much go any way he want to go and pretty much don't have to do anything because the program sell itself.
Yeah.
So
You can't tell nobody on me.
right. Who you gonna tell now? Who you gonna cry? How you gonna cry to now? Cry me a river. Where y'all at? I told y'all that was a big mistake, and y'all did it. And now y'all got now the kids said, oh man, we like what's going over there. So as I would say to you, as I told Manor, will you say that you kind of you're the blueprint of what happened? Because it seems like that what you did was kind of a stepping stone. When you saw that man in a situation, what did you say?
I mean, I said what I've been saying all along. Our situation was unfortunate because with young people, it should never be that. Well, one people's voice, group of people's voice, was bigger than another group. And I never mean that. Like I said, this 2026, right? I'm not saying it's a racial thing.
Right.
It's a demographic
Graphic thing, yes.
That's just the truth. And anybody that don't want to mention it, cool. But that's what it is, right? Whereas, like you said, other schools have gone through this and done it. And again,
They didn't
went
fight.
right on.
Yeah.
That's it. Because think about this. If the Fairfax County, the third largest, excuse me if I'm wrong, y'all, circuit court in America, top 5, says there was no wrongdoing, why would you come behind and say never mind?
Right.
All right, and again, right, they try to make it about the text message, but they had the text messages 4 months before that.
Right.
They were just two ADs talking trash before I was ever hired. That's what they didn't tell you about it. The message happened before I was ever even a part of the process. So it's unfortunate, but again, when it was happening, I said that's only happening because of this demographic where we are. That would never happen in 804, 757. I said that. But it's all right. Like you said, it worked out for the best for everybody, on my end, coaches, kids. Again, like you said, even myself. To be honest with you, this connection to the St. James was made by somebody very close, I'll say, to that investigation process and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So that's how I even got the introduction in Nod.
See, that's a piece we didn't even know.
And again, the crazy thing is, like you said, it's stuff that during that time, it's people at central office that these people went and visited the kids' house, the central office people, right? But they were just playing two sides of the coin. Right? They was telling us one thing, then going back telling Vigicel, these parents, another thing. So, it's all good. And like you said, it worked out for the best for us. So you know, again, but we see what we knew what it was when it was happening. The only people, you know, some people didn't want to accept it, but you know what it was.
Yeah, we know what it was, you know, but yeah, now. My next question is, why are you so hated?
I don't think so. I think it's a select few, but I think it's just part of winning. Like, I don't think it's a lot of hate because you got to get a lot of love. I think part of it is winning. Like, LeBron James winning. Look, some people going to cringe when you say LeBron James. Mike Krzyzewski, Duke, it's a part of winning. The Lakers, like all the winning. It's people that hate LSU, and I'm like, what is wrong with y'all? Like, I don't like the coach. I'm like, why? They winning.
Right.
What's wrong with her? Tell me what's wrong with her.
They can't tell you, right?
Right. So I think that's a part of winning. I don't think, you know, you can't have love and get what we built here, right? I think love fuels what we did, freedom to Hayfield to now. But, you know, people always going to hate, you know, what they don't understand. And truly what it really is, and you can relate as balling, it's what they can't be a part of. Because if they was a part of it, they wouldn't feel that way. They wouldn't
feel that way.
They wouldn't. They wouldn't feel that way.
They wouldn't.
They would be in it and enjoying the moment just like everybody else. But, you know, again, if when you really look at it, what would you be mad at me for? We won 2 state championships. What else? All right, listen, what else did I do?
Well, first of all, let me go ahead and correct you there. Yes, you won 2 state championships on paper. You really won a 3rd. Let's put an asterisk by Oscar Smith. If you don't want to say it, I'll say it. Let's put an asterisk back there because that would have been belt to ass, as y'all would say it, if y'all would have played that game. And Aaron Keels or whoever y'all want to say down there, it's the truth. I mean, I'll go on record as saying that. Absolutely. I just felt like it was an ass whooping that was coming. And they just kind of stopped that and allowed that. So that's how I feel. But that's neither here nor there. I felt like that to me, you're a 3-time state champion. And that's just how I see it. But looking back at that now, do you think everything that you went through from that time period, from 2018 all the way up to now, to the end of that Hayfield situation, prepare you for where you at today?
Absolutely. And again, you know this, man. I don't try to preach on nobody's pulpit, but it definitely just showed you God always been at work before I even knew what the plan was. Like, there's no other way that it could happen. So obviously, it all prepared me for everything, even going through the Hayfield situation, right? If I don't go through that, am I in some of these homes on the TV every week that I didn't turn around to kids that came here I was able to recruit, right? I probably don't have the following if I don't go through that. Right. You know what I mean? Also, like you said, there's always lessons learned. I think that it was some things, you know, as a man that I had to, going through that and being humble and making sure I'm putting the kids, the school, everything first by not saying nothing while we're going through all that nonsense. So obviously, definitely, there's always been a plan at motion. Everything from then to now prepared me for the next step, even when I didn't know it was. And again, I'd be a fool to say anything different.
That's what I wanted to hear. I'm glad you said that because a lot of people don't really understand the humility this side of you. We know the football side of you, but they don't know the other side that even I got to know. So let's fast forward, talk about the 2026 schedule.
Woo.
Talk about the heat that you got, man, and what's the expectations going
Man, so Baldwin and VA will be the first to get this too. So I got 2 teams, blue and gray. And then middle school team, which I announced Coach TJ Freelon. Man, he's coached at Rock Creek. He's a national championship battle coach. But so blue and gray, right? Blue has a tough run in October as well as gray, right? Both teams play IMG at IMG. As we know, IMG has multiple teams.
Right.
All right. Both teams play St. Francis.
Okay.
They both really good teams. So we ain't ducking no smoke. And we playing St. Francis this year at George Mason University in the stadium field, October 9th, not in the rec field, but the big field.
I didn't know George Mason got a damn football field.
Well, remember, they D1 in every sport. So soccer, lacrosse, they got it. We just got to put the goalposts up.
Okay.
So you're talking about IMG October 2nd.
Wow.
All right. Then St. Francis.
Okay.
And this is what's news is Bishop Gorman, we getting a contract in Las Vegas October 23rd.
Oh, shit.
That was sent today. And as long as it makes sense and my bosses rubber stamp it, then we'll play them as well, right?
Wow.
Then we still play LSA, right?
Wow.
2 teams,
Okay.
both teams.
Okay.
We also play a team called Cardinal Ritter from St. Louis. They got the #1 linebacker in the country. From St. Louis, they're coming here. Gray and Blue both play Mount Zion. Gray plays IC Norcom here, September 11th. Shout out Suffolk's finest, Ms. Mo. So, it's like, don't do that. Ms. Mo is not from Suffolk. She is from Portsmouth. I told her I was going to do that. But, so.
Shout out to Coach Hawk.
Yeah, and Coach Hawk, man, he hit me. We put it in place, so they're going to come up and play our great team on September 11th. We also play Blue plays Paramus Catholic, which is where Rashawn Gary, Jabril Peppers went. Gray will play Compass from Arizona, right? So very competitive schedule no matter what. But those are the heavy hitters, I would say, up and down the schedule. But like I told you, for me, it's about experience. I want both teams to have the same experience no matter what. But again, this year's schedule, we ranked it up. But that's because we can't get no games from none of the other private schools in our area.
Why is that?
Man, I'm gonna be honest, like I had like 4 private school coaches call me because my brother, he got on Twitter, called them ducks, like Matt, right?
Oh, that would be Jeff.
So I'm talking to the coaches as they calling me, and I'm like, well, why aren't we playing? Just for the area, why wouldn't we play?
Right.
All the reasons you're giving me why we wouldn't play, I turn around and look on your schedule, and you playing schools that's the same as us. Do the same stuff we do. They're academies, but you're not playing us.
Okay. I want to hear the explanation. What did they say?
They don't have one, right? We're going to get to it, right? Then let me say this to you. Okay. Like, even just for our area, why wouldn't we?
Right.
Monetarily.
Right.
Just period.
Right. It would help the program.
Let me be real. We can't play all of them.
Right.
But we could play 1 or 2 a year just to keep everything in the area what it's supposed to be.
Right. Bring everybody out, the crowds, bring the communities out.
But I guess my thing is this. Why are we in this private world sector if we're going to pick and choose who we're going to play? Listen, I didn't even know what my team was going to look like last year. And I'm playing Good Counsel, St. Francis, TFA, Hun School. I didn't even know what my team was going to look like when I scheduled those games. But I'm saying, well, shoot, we in this world. That's the only reason to be in this world.
Right, so you can
play the best.
Yes.
And you giving me all these reasons why you're not going to play us. We even had one of the schools drop us last year to play a lesser opponent. And I'm like, that don't even make sense. So, again, but I guess everybody got to run their program. But I'm going to just say this to all these parents, kids, when you're taking these visits in our area to all these private schools, ask them. Say, are we going to play St. Francis? Are we going to play St. James? And why not? Why wouldn't we?
Yeah, what would be the point?
So I think, sometimes, parents and kids got to, why wouldn't we? Because the kids talk trash and want to play.
Yeah,
They want to play.
They want to play, but it's the adults that don't want to make it happen.
And again, so for me, I've never been the type of coach trying to protect my record to keep opportunities for my kids. Because if I want to do, I could be undefeated for the last 5, 6 years, I didn't have to play Riverdale.
Right.
I didn't have to play St. Francis. No other private schools in our area has played either one of those schools. Well, not that Riverdale team.
Right.
They stayed away from that one.
Yeah, they ain't want that smoke.
But even St. Francis now, nobody played them. Nobody. And again, so I think, like you said, the parents and the kids, they want to play. But, adults have power. Again, there's no reason why our owner is a WCAC alumni from Carroll. Like, again, I don't belittle people on the internet. Other teams, do I?
No, you don't.
So it's all respect. And I'm saying win, lose, or draw. We might get our head beat in. But again, I think the opportunity to play should remain the same. And if I wanted to pump my chest out, like I said, the last 5 years, I didn't have to play those people. I didn't have to play the people I played last year. Nobody had that expectation on me.
And that's what I was going to tell the guy. Like he kept telling me, I said, man, would you say that you overachieved?
No, not to me, because I always planned on being successful.
Right.
And it's only one way. Success is one way. And I literally just told, shout out my 17U, PME, PVT girls, AAU team, back in the same thing, right? Success looks one way. If you Marcus at Verona, if you Darryl at Maury, if you at the St. James, if you at St. Francis, if you coaching St. James girls basketball, if you successful, it looked one way. So I wasn't surprised, but what I will say is I think we were very fortunate that our talent level matched everyone we played, especially once we added some coaches, Coach Tay, Coach C, Coach Rail. Shoot, man, we added some coaches along the way. And then, like you said, when we got some of the kids from Riverdale and different places, it was like, okay, this starting to trend in another direction now, right? So once we saw all the pieces we had, coaching and players, I knew we were ready. But I didn't know that when I scheduled those people.
Where are you looking to take this program, and what is it going to take for you to get it to where you wanted to get it to? So part 2 of that will be the housing situation. Will you think that when you get everything the way that you want it, the way that it would get when St. James get to where it needs to be, and like some of these other institutions we know of, where are you looking to take this program?
Well, I just want to be a consistent, like you said, top 20 team in the country, right? And I want the opportunity to prove it every time.
Okay.
Like, from teams, right? Because there's people around us that's ranked higher than us, but won't give us the opportunity.
Yeah, because y'all got high as what this year?
53 or something.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And again, like, we got 2 teams that's higher than us that's right 11 miles away, 17 miles away. You know what I mean? Across the bridge.
Okay.
But that's what I want to do. And I also want to build the middle school program to match the high school. When you talk about, football-wise, like you said, I think that the climate around us is trending, and I can tell everybody with inside info, there is a league coming for the top teams and a playoffs, and I can tell you right now, overtime is heading that up. And
Are you serious?
and we met with them. It's a lot closer. And shout out my guy Masai at St. Francis for plugging us in on that. Okay. People think because Masai was talking reckless after they beat us, we ain't cool. Just like us, but we cool. Like I said,
exactly.
He was my owner when I played arena football. But we're trending in that direction. The thing that I want to continue to be better at, the housing piece, right? We have housing.
Okay.
But me, honestly, I think there's a lot of talent within a 30-mile radius of here.
I would agree.
Now, I'm still going to wind my rod up and throw it in the 804 and throw it in the 757. But I think here, from there to Delaware, we got enough good kids to compete with anybody.
Yes.
So I'm not trying to bring in a bunch of people from Texas, and I'm still a homer. like at heart.
Right.
Right? And I like doing this as me. Like, we can go beat them people. Right? So I still got a lot of pride in our area. So I just think everybody should important to know that St. James is for the DMV and the surrounding areas. I'm not trying to fill up this place with talent from out of state and out of our area, right? I don't think it's necessary to be successful. I think we showed that last year. You know what I mean? So that's the way I'm trying to build this and trend this, while also, like you said, just continuing to, further all the young people's education. We were blessed, 13 of our 17 seniors signed, 11 with D1. So just keep doing those things, keep elevating, people around me, my coaches, all those things. So I think we're trending in the right direction. I want to continue to build up the youth organization. So I'm trying to build that up as well this year. As you can see, man, trying to do some partnerships with some other youth organizations. Like, I'm not trying to gatekeep this just for PME kids or just for.
And people have that impression.
Yeah, but like you said, I just partnered, man, with EST, which is Coach TJ and them Shiners, the unit, Coach Barr and them, their administrator, met with them, and just their vision on what they're trying to give their kids. Ain't no better place. My man Coop at DMV Prime, and then obviously Quill and the gang at Maryland Elite. So I'm trying to just continue to push football forward in our area, period. And I think if people really look, again, how I know Dio gonna take care of my kids, right? When I was at Freedom, y'all came up. Little leagues were not playing at high schools until I started doing that every weekend at Freedom. And then now, everybody play at what?
They playing in high school.
Everybody almost. Nobody play at the parks no more.
No, they don't.
Everybody, right? Because, I feel like I had a big part in raising the bar in that. Because I also feel like I was one of the first youth coaches to get a head job and go to bat for the youth.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Nobody was doing that.
So I think maybe a couple programs, smaller ones,
Right.
would play because it was tied to the high school. So again, just continue, I think more than ever now, push our sport forward.
Yep, now you see it.
Push our sport forward. And like you said, with the parents, I tell them, like, this college football is a grown man business now. And if you're not at a school where your kid got the best opportunity to walk in the door as a grown man, they're going to move on from you.
Say it one more time for the people in the back.
It's a grown man business. Like, so here, right, you lifting, you're in a position where you're building strength, and you graduating in December. So now you're going to be on campus in January. Right? What world do you think a college coach going to wait on an 18-year-old kid to get to campus when it's 2,000 grown-ups? But also, they're not even giving college coaches time to develop high school kids.
No, they're not.
If they're recruiting you as a high school kid, they think you're ready to play.
You better be damn good.
Right? They think you're ready to play. Right. I mean, look at Indiana. Their average age is more than the Detroit Lions.
Shit, Rick Pitino told him he won't recruit no high school kids. He told you straight up.
Yeah, and again, like, so that's the part in this that I feel blessed, like you said, moving the sport forward. Because now we can do that.
Yeah,
now, I hate to say this, the R word, reclass, right? I know.
You know I was going.
So again, like, why are you offering them now that they went to the St. James? You ain't offering them last year when he was here. Because now he's going to be a year older, a year bigger, stronger, faster, right? So that's the part that people missing it, and then you looking like, why all their kids getting offered? Because you got babies.
Yep.
You got babies.
Why do you think people hate that word? Why do you think they hate that word?
Well, let me just say this. The misconception is this. If you reclass in the 8th grade, like a lot of people do, you're just doing it before you get to high school, right? If you get to high school and you're like, okay, 9th grade, I'm all right. I'm still 155. 10th grade, oh, you ain't as good as we thought, son.
There you go. That part right there. That part.
You ain't getting it. So now you decide to reclass. In public school, you can't do that. In private schools, some of them you can't. Here you can't. The misconception with this whole senior reclass thing, right? We don't have a team full of senior reclasses. You had to withdraw and do stuff by a certain date to meet that criteria. All right, you cannot play at 19 here, reclass or not, right?
Okay.
And since we educating everybody, right, the other thing people need to understand, reclassing after you started high school does not change your eligibility with the NCAA. You still only have 8 consecutive semesters. So that's a misconception. People think kids can reclass and fix their grades. That's not necessarily true, because once you start high school, the NCAA says you have 8 consecutive semesters to reach it, right? Now, when you talk about kids that are seniors or juniors and they reclass, they get an extra year. As far as the NCAA concerned, that's just a +1 year. No matter if it's JUCO, prep, Hargrave, Fort Union, all that stuff is the same thing in their eyes, right? Everybody that says in their name, this don't let them lie to you, preparatory, they can do it too. They just not telling you they're doing it. That's why you put prep in your name. So if a school got preparatory in it, they can do it. They just not telling you and advertising it.
Right.
And you know some. And again, like, it's not a negative thing. So I just think everybody needs to be educated about it. I'm still on the side of the fence that if you can do it in the 8th grade, I still feel it's best than trying to do it in high school, because your grades and your transcript can get funky. It kind of creates a lot more work, and especially if you're coming from a school that wasn't keeping track of that, NCAA-wise, right? And people don't realize you still fall under the 10-7 rule, where at the end of your 7th semester, you still got to have 10 core classes the NCAA going to lock in. So I'm glad we got to touch on that, but like I said, that's a misconception, you know, as far as that. Like you said, look at our team. The guys with the most offers and stuff aren't reclass kids, right? They're just thinking that. And the guys that were able to reclass, what happens is they really have to do that in their junior year, right, at the end of it. So what happens when somebody says a senior reclass? They really can't. What they're doing is withdrawing before the school year is over. I can't reclass somebody that completed high school.
And that's what they were saying too.
You can't do that. We can't do that.
So I'm
right?
glad you cleared that up.
You can't do that, right? The person will have to be withdrawn, ... So anyway, again, it's a different path. I'm gonna still say it's best if you do it 8th grade, right? That's the best way, academically and everything else. But parents as a whole, all sports now is a grown man business. So it's one of those things that probably more than ever, you know, you should look into it, right? Shameless plug. The best thing about reclassing the 8th grade to St. James, you still get to do all this stuff, right? So no better place to do it. We would prefer you do it in the 8th grade as well.
See what I'm saying? It makes sense. And I love the fact that you said that now we in Virginia, we got our own. Now you don't have to worry about going to Florida. You don't have to be worrying about going to these other places and stuff like that we talk about, California and Vegas and all that stuff like that. We got that here. And now, parents, you can save a lot of money. And you come see your kids come here and play. I love it, man. To me, I saw the vision early on, but I think a lot of people who are not used to it, as I tell people, we in Richmond, we're used to it. Northern Virginia, y'all damn sure been used to it because y'all had to lose y'all kids to WCAC. The people maybe out west, not so much, and the 757 is really new to them because the only thing they had a touch of is when they had Bishop Sullivan, and that didn't last but a odd second. So, no, man, this was good, bro. No, I appreciate this, man, and that's pretty much all I had. I was going to ask you, too, are you still looking for any games?
Absolutely. I'm looking for a game 10-23. And more importantly, I just need a scrimmage. I mean, come on, a scrimmage? Like,
you don't even want scrimmages.
Yeah, just a scrimmage. And we're trying to get the scrimmage 8/21 week. We could do it the week before as well, if that works. I know our schedule, we get to start a little earlier, but we're still trying to fill a 10-23 game. And then, like you said, more importantly, our scrimmages. But again, like you said, we getting backed into a corner. We got to keep playing all these heavy hitters. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. But you know, we're up for the task.
Wow, I love it. Hey man, we did what we did again. We got football 101. I think we covered a lot of stuff that maybe, you know, for people that's in our area, in our region, probably had a lot of questions that didn't know, and you cleared all of that up, man. And I appreciate you always. Man, let me tell y'all something. If y'all haven't been to the St. James, and I know for Brad, I know this is new for you when you got up here, man. He was just floored. So again, man, if y'all haven't been to the St. James, please come up here and check it out, man. This is a beautiful facility. I think any athlete, I swear, I wish the St. James was around when my kid was out, because I'm telling you right now, I would have found a way. And I'm telling you, man, this is a beautiful facility, man. And we appreciate you all for what you're doing for us, man. This is, people won't fuck with you the way I fuck with you, man.
You know my guy.
Even though you give me a hard fuck, look, you're still my guy. You're $100 grand.
Always.
Yeah.
That's what we gonna do.
Yeah, man. So make sure y'all like and subscribe, man. Check this out, man. It's gonna be out soon. This coming from me, Lee Mary, D.O., man. And we out.
Ball in the VA, round 3. Check it out ASAP.